Story 1. Boss wants to call it quits, so I give them what they asked for. L. TLDR at the bottom. I do not consent to the story being published outside of Reddit. Started working for someone who had courted me, asked me to come work for them. For 6 months. Agreed to salary request, company car, the whole nine. Thoroughly looking forward to the job since this was a former client. Knew the person quite well, decent sort, etc. Work starts, all is good. I'm learning their trade and craft and providing my input and expertise. Unbeknownst to me at the time, things are tight financially for them. Like, really tight. Nearing the end of the month, get called in and am told I'm not dedicated enough to the job. Like, WTF, I don't take breaks at all. I'm always early, constantly telling them I'm happy to work overtime, weekends, etc. Would love the OT. But I'm not dedicated enough? What? Lots of back and forth, me defending myself, not entirely certain why, and getting seriously pissed because I work like a man possessed. Then, hits me with, we think we should call it quits. Huh? I don't understand. Go over the things I'm learning, stuff I've done. Nope, all that stuff is perfect, more than happy with the input, etc. Anyway, let's get back to work. They drop the entire debacle like a hot potato and I'm left speechless and in a bit of shock. Oh well, brush it off and continue, albeit more aware of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it and making sure to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. End of second month is coming. All is looking rosy. Work is going good. We seem busy. I'm constantly busy. No real time to hang around and shoot the breeze and then boom, into another meeting, same shit again.
Seriously, WTF.
This time though, get told I'm too expensive and costing them X amount per month to have me there. I go a little overboard and defend my position stating they sought me out. Not the other way around. I had a decent job before, same package, and although it wasn't ideal, it was paying the bills and I would have stayed there for years otherwise. Now you hit me with this shit? Like, seriously. WTAF. And then, I get hit with that same BS of, we think we should call it quits. Same shit as before. Call the meeting to an end swiftly after. When I start saying things like, well, fire me then. To be clear, nothing wrong with work performance. They say as much yet again. Just the overall commitment isn't there. Well now, that's the second time. The second time you've told me that you want to call it quits. In my head I'm, do that to me again. Tell me you want to call it quits. Just one more time. Third month. Things are not looking as good as month 2. Business is a little quieter. Boss has had flu and been a bear for most of the month. I've tried to stay out of their way on purpose, but making sure not to slack off and making sure I'm constantly busy. All good, I'm thinking. Well, not so fast, Dulcis. End of the month is coming. And, wouldn't you know it, I get called in again. FFS man. Can't I catch a goddamned break here? Anyway, play it totally cool and calm. Ask where I'm going wrong. What else should I be doing, etc. Nope, just the overall commitment. Keep in mind, at this point my work ethic has not changed. My actual work is top-notch and there really is nothing to complain about. Although, I had been off sick 2 days in the month and something else happened that caused me to be off work, but totally legit and with the blessing off boss. Welp, those are now held over my head. Off too many days. End the meeting, go home after seeing a doc for my ailment and return the following day. Call boss for meeting to clarify the main issue as boss still has not explained or told me what they mean by commitment not fully there. Boss states, you don't come into work on weekends or holidays. You could have blown me over with aerogel. What in the actual fuck? I explained to boss that they stated at the beginning of my employment that we would not be working weekends and holidays. Fucking hell. Even my goddamned contract says as much, and that if there is work to be done on weekends and holidays that there will be time off and payment for it. I also explained that they said they were totally okay with me being off ill and for the other issue. Nope. We should call it quits. Boss fucks off because boss is pissed/upset/ throwing a tantrum. I dunno. Need boss to advise on particular part of a rather important, rather expensive step in the process of the job I'm currently working on, but nope, I'm ghosted. Stick around for 2 hours because I'd like to finish this shit before I tell boss I'm complying with their request, but nada. Boss isn't answering calls or messages. So I bounce. Off to home. Remember how I said earlier that the third time would be the last? Well, boss calls a while later. Acts as if there is nothing amiss. WTF. Get into it again over the phone. Tell boss I'm taking them up on their offer. What offer? You know, the one where you said to call it quits. No, don't do anything rash. Think about it overnight and we'll talk in the morning. Yeah, right. Well, I thought it over. And I thought I'd much rather not be treated like scum and I'll take my shit and fuck off. You bit off more than you could chew and now I'm to blame? Get to work next morning. Ask boss if they want to talk in private or in general work area. Nope, we can talk in general area.
Okay.
Well, I've thought about it and I think it best that I do take you up on your offer. Just pay me out to the end of the month and we're good. If not, well, I have recourse. No, all good. I'll pay you out. Took my shit and fucked right off. Left boss to deal with the rather important, rather expensive and very time-sensitive job I was busy with. Guaranteed to cost a good few thousand to get an extension if the job isn't lost altogether. TLDR. Boss courted me for months. Couldn't afford me. Blamed me. Told me once too many times that we should call it quits. So I took him up on it. Side note. I'm starting up my business again, so it's no biggie to have left the job. It'll be up and running in time to pay bills and such next month, smiley face. Also, I'm being purposely vague so as to retain a modicum of anonymity, winky face. Edit boss is screwed. Me leaving means boss has to do all the work themselves. The whole reason I was hired in the first place is because boss couldn't keep up with the workload. We would have been in profit by the end of next month. I was catching up the backlog. Sorry if I didn't clarify that part. Story 2. Woman wants to call CEO over not returning a chicken. And I work as a primary cashier at a grocery store that caters to alternative diets. I've posted about entitled customers before, but this woman still left me in awe. Sometimes when people have returns, they'll approach the register first with their item to make sure the return is allowed, so complete it when they check out. This isn't a problem, but it did give us a heads up for what was about to come. Out of nowhere, my boss approached and warned me about a woman that wanted a refund on a chicken. We can't do refunds on perishable food after they leave the store due to possible dangerous items inserted in the food, and no way to know if spoiled food is the customer's fault, such as not refrigerating milk and it's a 2-hour drive home. This policy is printed on every receipt and on the store's website. If you ask anyone, you'll be told the policy. So of course she was told no, but my boss told me about her before going back to stocking a short ways away. Not 5 minutes later, the lady comes up. The checking out proceeds as normal, and before ringing her up, the event starts. Woman. So for the chicken. Me, oh yes, the chicken. I was told unfortunately we can't take it back due to our policy. Woman. Why? I bought it here. Me. Do you have the receipt? Every answer was going to be no, but I planned to show her the written policy, and I was mildly curious about this chicken. Woman. No, I don't. Me. Okay. Do you know when you got it? Woman. No, a while ago. Me. Do you have the chicken with you? Woman. No, it's cooked at home. Me. Okay. Well, we wouldn't be able to return it without any of that anyway. Woman. But why? I bought it here. I brought it home and it smelled weird after I cooked it. You would expect me to eat it? Me. Looking at my boss nearby. Would you like to speak to the manager? I spoke a bit louder so she would hear me. I wasn't about to subject myself to a stupid argument. I thought they would move off to the side or step away. But no. The woman dug her feet in at my register to start arguing with my boss. I called another cashier up to take over while my register was occupied, and grabbed my popcorn. Woman. I bought a chicken here and it smelled funny when I cooked it. I want a refund. Boss. I'm sorry, but our policies say we can't return perishable food after they leave the store. Woman. But it smelled funny, what if it was poisoned? Would you tell me to feed my family poison? Boss. It's our policy, ma'am. I wish there was something I could do, but it's a safety risk. Woman. I'm incredibly disappointed in this store. I've been coming here for years and this is how you treat your loyal customers? What if it was you that cooked the chicken? You popped my bubble. You really burst my bubble about this store. I thought you cared about people here. Boss. I'm sorry you feel that way, but my hands are tied. We can't take it back after you leave the store with it and cook it. There's no way of knowing. I'm not saying anything against you, but it could be a fine chicken and your sense of smell is different. Woman. No, that's not true. I've been getting chickens here for years. I didn't even eat it. It smelled fine when I brought it home, but it smelled off when I cooked it. I told my family not to eat it. Boss. How long ago did you cook it? Woman. A few days ago. It's still at home. Boss. Ma'am. I can't do anything about that.
I'm sorry.
Woman. This is unbelievable. I should never come back for this. You're crushing my heart. I've never been so disappointed. Who's your boss? I want to speak to headquarters. Boss. They're in another state. I can get you the number. Woman, do that. This is despicable of this location. My boss stepped away to get the phone number, leaving me alone with the woman. She shook her head when she looked at me and continued to pay for her transaction. Woman. You hear that? Unbelievable. I would never treat people like this. If it was you, I wouldn't do this. Do you think it's fair? Me, sadly, it's our policy. Nobody here can do anything about it. I'm just a cashier. Woman. I know, but if you could, you'd give me the refund because it's the right thing to do. Me. Right. My boss came back and handed her a paper with a phone number. She gathered up her groceries and left without another word. I wish I could be a fly on the wall for a phone call to the CEO about a woman that couldn't return a $9 chicken. Story 3. Beth starts yelling at me about our pet fee. Tells me we're breaking the law and stealing her money and that she's submitting a complaint. Medium. Beth is a boomer. Late 70s. Because that's the definition of the boomer generation. And I'm talking to you, person on my last post that told me I was committing age discrimination by calling someone a boomer. When that's literally what they are. But go off, I guess. Anyway, Beth comes in, has a reservation. She signs our pet policy because she has a dog with her. You know, our pet policy that states in bold letters at the top of the page that there is a pet fee of $25 for non-service animals. She doesn't say anything. Also, for the people who told me it's cruel and unusual punishment to charge for a pet, you suck. Housekeeping has to use specialized products and additional resources, including more time, to clean pet rooms. Those supplies and resources aren't free.
Backslash 2.
Everything is fine until I print out her registration card. She saw the pet fee listed on the paper and told me I couldn't bait and switch her because it doesn't say when I'm booking that I'll be forced to pay $25 when I show up. I asked if she used our official website and she said yes. I told her that our pet policy, including the pet fee, was both available and clearly listed on our website. I know that, but it doesn't have anything that says that when I'm actually booking the room. You'd have to exit the entire page and go look for it. Other hotels tell me when I'm booking that they'll be charging me a pet fee, but yours doesn't. That's not how it's supposed to work. But I guess if I'm staying here, I'll just have to deal with you stealing $25 from me without any notice before I got here. I show up and you just demand money from me when your website didn't say anything about that while I was booking. So fine. Steal my money. I just stared at her for a second before saying, it's on our website. It's literally right there in bold letters below the book room button. But it's not visible when I'm booking. That's illegal. And since you obviously don't give a shit about my complaints, I guess I'll just have to go above your head and complain to someone else. NGL, I just stood there and stared at her because, I mean, what else was I supposed to say, lol? It's on the fucking website. You admit you knew it was on the website. Yet you're yelling at me because it wasn't visible during the booking process? I guess you had too much stupid juice before bed last night, you dumb bitch. I just sat and looked at her until she huffed and mumbled, it's not supposed to be like that, and turned around and went to her room. If you have the policy before you book, why would you need it while you're booking? Trick question, you don't. Go complain to corporate. Hire a lawyer, LMFAO. They'll direct you to the policies section on the website and call it a day.